bring sort of, I don't know, more out of us again, knowing that we might have to push the game on even more than we normally do. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. And if the weather is what it's like and what it's predicted to be, then we might have to.
Even more attacking?
Again, we'll have to wait and see.
And in terms of the momentum of this series, do you feel there's been a slight shift with what happened at Headingley, the run chase, Australia losing Nathan Lyon?
No, I don't know. I think it's been... I mean, look, we lost Leachy before the series started, so yeah, it's been one of those where both teams have sort of had to rejig a few things. Look, I think all three games were so tight, and then for us to get over the line in that one at Headingley, again, was, yeah, it's just been a great 3 games to be a part of. You know, I don't think me and Pat want them going too close again like that, because it's a bit... does get a bit stressful at times, but you know, again, we know that what we need to do. Australia, I don't know if they'll be thinking like that, but they know they don't have to win this. The draw is good enough for them, but yeah, we know we have to go out there and try and win it, so we're doing everything we can to do that.
James Anderson comes back in. Is he chomping at the bit after sitting out at Headingley?
Yeah, he is. He's excited. I mean, back here, Old Trafford, bowling at his end that's named after him. I think he's very excited for this week. He's
not hit the form we're used to from James Anderson. Is that any concern for you, though?
No, not at all. I think when you're been a quality performer like Jimmy has for the last 10 years, you know, he is going to be disappointed that he's not contributed to the team like he normally does. But what I did say to him is, like, even if you're not taking wickets like you want to be doing at the other end, just think about the pressure that you're putting on the opposition and the wickets that we take in the partnerships that you're bowling in. You know, obviously his economy rate and his line and length is always immaculate, but he sort of holds an end up without that being his main obligation with the ball. But look, you don't get as many wickets as him without having the odd sort of bad game here and there. There's no issues whatsoever there with Jimmy, no.
And finally for me, how's the knee? How likely that you'll bowl here, do you think?
I will wait and see again. Yeah, hopefully not, because we've got 4 seamers and a spinner.
The rest has helped though?
Definitely has helped. Yeah, it has been a nice break. Those 2 games, obviously back to back, took quite a lot out of us, and obviously Australia as well. So I think both teams have benefited from the break.
Ben, I hear your confidence in winning the series, and I believe it. But what ultimately gives you the confidence in your players that you can win these 2 matches?
Well, confident we've got 11 world-class players in my team.
And I know the series has been very tight, almost unbearably tight, which is great fun to watch most of the time. Do you think, over the balance of play, that you feel like a better team going into this match?
I think the first 3 games has came down to which team has won the most crucial moments of the game, and they've been towards the back end of the Test matches. And we won those moments at Headingley, and Australia were better than us in the first 2 games. But I think in terms of, you know, teams head to head, it's been very sort of even. And just, yeah, whichever team and whatever individual has been tasked with those pressure moments, that's the reason why they won those games. That's why Australia are 2-1 up, because they won those in the first 2 games. We were able to do it in the last one. So yeah, if it comes down to it again, whoever is better in those moments, I think we'll be winning this game as well.
I know your broader intention is always to make this format of cricket in particular exciting and unwatchable and engaging for people. You know, whatever's happened so far, you've done that happen. It give you a certain sense of pride that the way that people have been engaged in this series so far.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been noticeable, you know, when we go out in groups, whether it be for coffees or when we're mainly on the golf course, that we have people, you know, come up and just take a moment to say that how much they've enjoyed this Ashes series in particular, and them making comments around family members or friends who haven't had an interest in cricket until now. So those kind of stuff obviously do give you a bit of like satisfaction and make you understand that actually the mindset that we have had around our Test cricket over the last 18 months has actually been successful. But obviously, look, I've always said that the result is not the most important thing. The way in which we play our cricket and the way that we take the game on to get the best out of us as a team and as individuals is my main thing, because if we do play good cricket, then you know the results will work out for themselves. Yeah, we're desperate to win the series. We're desperate to win this game. But regardless of where we are at the end of the Oval Test match, this whole period of the way that we've been playing, you know, isn't going to stop there.
And just finally for me, do you think the Australians are more nervous now than they were before Headingley? Do you think the Australians are a bit nervous now?
Don't know. Actually not giving that a thought, to be honest. Sorry.
We'll go Rory, Louis, Bharat, and then Andrew, and then we'll take some more after that.
And I think Heather said that she thought that the Women's Ashes series, as it stands, is the best ever Women's Ashes series. Do you think if you could get over the line again here, maybe another tight one, even if you'd rather it wasn't that way, do you think this series is heading in that direction for you guys as well?
Well, I think if we win this one and then go into the last game 2-2, then it'll be hard to not say that this has been the best men's Ashes series in a long time, if not probably the best. So yeah, I think just overall, like the take away Australia and England, just the cricket that's been played has been absolutely brilliant. I think everyone who's watched at the ground or on TV in England or at TV at home have just really enjoyed the cricket that's been played. You know, you've seen some pretty special moments out in the cricket fields. You've seen some very special individual performance as well, and I guess that's what you want from sport.
Louis, go ahead at the back.
Ben, just wanted to ask you about Manus Labuschagne, who obviously you guys would have given a lot of thought to how you bowled to him before this series. Made a lot of starts in the series. Is it kind of a point of pride that you guys have managed to get him out after making so many mistakes?
Well, I think when you get any of the best players in the world out, regardless of what they are, you're happy. But yeah, look, I don't know. We obviously have managed to do something right to not allow Manus to go on and make those big scores like he's been able to do in his career so far. So, but look, you don't read too much into stuff like that against world-class players. There's a reason why he averages 55 in Test cricket. It's because he's a quality player. But yeah, I think we've just been really good at what our plans and everything that we stuck to with him. So hopefully we can do the same, and hopefully he doesn't get a big one this week.
Bharat, go ahead. Then we'll go Andrew McGlashan.
Ben, you spoke last week about sort of philosophy that you built this team on, situations having selfless cricketers, but does that also extend to you giving a lot, I mean, you as a team management giving a longer rope to your players as well, say a couple of failures here and there, and you still back them? For example, Johnny Bairstow has had not a flash series behind the wicket.
Look, I think even going back to when I picked the first squad as captain, we picked a group of players who we thought were the best to be able to play in this manner. There's been a few changes here and there, but yeah, look, when you pick a team, when you pick a player to go out and do a role which you see that person best doing, then you stick with them and back them. But look, I'm not worried about Johnny. It's all sort of external noise to me and the team inside. I thought even as where did he get 70 first Test match as well? Just knocks like that down the order are absolute gold dust. He's not managed to go in and put a performance in with the bat like he's wanted to, but it's there. And I think everyone in here knows as well that Johnny Bairstow, when he gets going, is something to watch. And again, we pick teams and we pick players for what they can do on their best days.